Hi guys, so what I'm going to do today is I'm going to explain to you guys about the FG knot. So the FG knot is a knot that we use to connect braided line to either fluorocarbon, monofilament or a shock leader. And this knot is by far the best knot to use when you're splicing two lines. The reason being, it is the thinnest and it's the best knot. It holds the best strength rating. The benefits of having an FG knot as opposed to other knots is that, number one, like I said, it's fine. So as you're casting, right, and it's going through the guides, you're not going to have a lot of restriction. This then translates to lesser bird nest, further casting distance. At the same time, the strength is still maintained, like I said before. So what I'm going to demonstrate today is how I try the FG knot. However, it might not be the same as how you guys tie the FG knot. But yeah, don't fret yet. What I want to do is, in that knot tying session later, I will show you guys where you guys can take shortcuts in your FG knot to minimize the tying time. See, a lot of people have the tendency, they stick by the rule 15-15, but for my test, it's not necessarily the case. Today I will show you guys where you have to look at the critical tips on tying the FG knot and how you can save time doing that. Yeah, let's just not waste time. On another note, what I want to add is this knot that I'm tying right now, this is specifically for freshwater. If you guys are going out and target big fish like big fish, like tuna, GTs, the FG knot now is totally different. You cannot use this application for those kind of fish because that requires higher PE rated line, higher poundage shock leaders or fluorocarbons. Hence, this one here is strictly for freshwater. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I tie it and how you guys can use what I'm doing to minimize your FG knot tying time. Just check it out. Alright guys, let's get to this. So in order for you guys to do an FG knot, what you'll need is you'll need a braided line or a PE line to connect to either a fluorocarbon or a shock leader. In this demonstration, I'm going to use a shock leader. I will, however, explain the differences between a fluorocarbon and a shock leader, the applications, in the coming videos. Because I'm going out fishing personally, I'm going to use my shock leader because this is what I'm going to be using anyway. Having said that, let's get to the knot. Now, how I always start my FG knot is pretty simple. I try to pull out at least 15 to 20 centimeters from the spool. Then I bring it back. So roughly, 15 to 20 centimeters, right? You don't have to be exact. Just work by, by your feel, right? Then what you do is you take the main line, which is already folded in half like this. You put it on your kinky finger and you start wrapping. 1, 2. It doesn't really matter how many wraps you do. The whole idea of wrapping it at the back of your kinky finger right now is to make sure that you have a secure hold of the line. So once you have wrapped it enough and you feel like you have enough line here that can be hold between your middle finger and your thumb, you're pretty much set. So it really depends on each individual's hand. Make sure that you maintain the tightness or the tension here at all times. This particular braided line here between your middle finger and your thumb has to be at tension all the times. Now, I will take the shock leader or the leader. I'm just going to call this a leader, right? I'm going to pinch it between my thumb and my index finger on my right hand side, and I'm going to start weaving. So this weaving process is the most important part of an FG knot. So I'm going to show you how I do it, right guys? So I have the shock leader. So I have the shock leader pinched between my thumb and my index finger on the right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start weaving, and I'm going to make this hand as the hand that does this motion. Alright? So you just got to remember, twist, down, twist, up, twist, down, twist, up, twist, down, twist, up. I'll show this slowly to you guys so that you guys can watch this, right? And you pinch this, go underneath, open up a little bit open up the gap between your thumb and your index finger. Now grab that braided line, twist, go down, twist, go up, twist, go down. Leader's going down, right? And I twist again, I'm going up. I twist again, I'm going down. Twist again, going up. Every time I'm doing this twist motion, you see the line getting caught between my index finger, right? I wait for it to slide down on the floor, on the leader, before I do the motion. You see, it's getting caught in my thumb. I wait for it to slide on the leader, then I go up. Slide, go down, slide, go up, slide, go down, slide, go up, slide, go down, slide, go up, slide, go down, slide, go up. So now when you can do this really fast, once you get a hold of it, you can go really fast. Always maintain tension, remember that. So a lot of guys will tell you, oh, you need 15, or you need 20, or you need 30 or 40. However, I've done tests to prove otherwise. If you're going to use it for freshwater applications, like for this one here, right, all you need is this weaving to go for about 1 inch or 1.5 inch, right, just for you to get a feel of it. So I'm just going to go and go and go, and look at that. I've got about 1 inch, right? I'm pretty good. So I'm going to let go of the line here. So now I've got my braided line, main line here. I'm going to hold the main line with the fluorocarbon. And this is the tag line, right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to do 4 half hitches. So half hitches, you just grab this and you tie up this loose end here on the leader, right? So I'm going to do a half hitch like this. So it's important when you do your half hitches, you take turns, one from the top and one from the left and one from the right. So you take turns. If you've done 1 half hitch here, you do the other half hitch there. So this is what I mean. It's not exactly important. What I mean is you just want to have it uniform. You know, it looks prettier that way. But if you want to do it all in one direction, I really don't see a problem with the knot. You can still do it. It just look a little bit ugly, that's all. Not ugly, as in it will have like a spiral motion to it. So I've done one there, I've done here. Every time you do your half hitches, make sure you're pulling it tight. And one more one here. And yeah, that's 4 half hitches, right? Alright. So this weaving action we did earlier, what it's going to do is going to bite on the fluorocarbon. This is what's going to hold on. This half hitches you did at the back, it's going to stop from these weaves that you've done before from sliding out. So 4, in my opinion and my experience, has been more than good enough. So I do 4 here. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to check on the strength, if it's biting on or not. So what I'll usually do is I stop at 4 and I'm going to pull the leader and the braided line so that it starts biting into the leader. So as I pull, you will see it start biting in and stretching. I'm pulling really hard right now. There we go. Alright. Really hard. Really hard. Alright. So I know now this line is not slipping. And because we applied all that tension, it started biting in to the leader. This knot is actually pretty much done. However, you want to finish it off. So this is where I would recommend you the shortcut. So remember the first tip, have as much weaves as you can. Second one is minimize your half hitches. And then where you can have your shortcut is at the back. Now you're done 4. What I will do is, when I know the line is not slipping, I will cut the remaining shock leader at the back so that I minimize the remaining half hitches that I gotta do to finish off this knot. And when you're cutting off the leader at the back, try to evade cutting it off straight like this, you know, because it's really no point. You will end with a bump. Try to cut it with an angle, 45 to 60 degrees, like this, right? And you have that. It's time for us to finish off the knot. Go ahead, do half hitches until you finish it off, until you cover the whole leader. So I'll go ahead and start doing a couple more half hitches. Right. Well, let's say if it's a long way to go, you can cheat a little bit more. No harm. The whole idea is to minimize the time. Make sure the knots are slid onto the leader.
Okay.
Yeah, so continue until you barely can see the leader. So you can see here, I've just got a little bit of tip on that leader, right? So it's about time for me to end this knot. So continue doing your half hitch on the main line until you cover that little bit of leader there, right? So what you want to do is right now you got to bridge this knot to the main line. Reason why you want to do that is because you see how fine the main line is, which is your braided line, and then you know this fat thing in front. However, even though it's fat, this is the best knot that will go through guides, and hence going out will be fine, but coming back in will have a problem. So you want to have a bridge at the back. So what I'll usually do is I'll do a couple of half hitches at the back on the main line itself to give it this slope effect. So this will then reduce that bumps as you're coming through your guides. Here, very important, when you're making half hitches on your braided line, make sure your line is wet, because while line to braid it will cause a lot of friction. This might snap your line, right? So once I've done a couple of half hitches, I'll finish off the knot. Instead of going with a half hitch, I'll loop it up. I'll loop up the knot. 1, just like doing a half hitch. 1, 2, 3. Right? So I've got it in.
I'll pull this
all the way to the back. Make sure there's a proper bridge. And then I'll pull the main line. Keep this tight a little bit. And this knot is done. This knot is done. All you got to do is cut off your tag line. Oops. Alright, so those who like to burn the end, you guys can go ahead and burn the end. I usually don't. I just leave it as it is, because I don't want to risk burning any other parts. I just leave it as it is. So this is a fantastically perfect line, and you guys can see how fine and small it is. It's really fine. That's it, guys. Thank you.